Hello my good students, welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series as the mighty Imperial Japanese Navy here. You join us straight after the previous battle where we first used our lovely new flagship, the mighty Yamato. That's right, the mighty one is with us. Possibly my most favourite ship design of World War II. Definitely my most favourite Japanese design because I'm very basic and like big guns and it just looks amazing. But I'd like to see in the comments actually if anyone has any preferred ship types or designs, maybe even some blueprint designs like the J7W1 Shinden that was about. I'm aware that's a plane, not a ship, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on your favourite World War II designs. So, let's get into the game, shall we, and have a look at the strategic map to assess our situation. Okay, so first things first, we have our Yamato Task Force, which we're now going to name Yamato Task Force, I think. There we go, in all its glory there. No longer Takao Task Force, that's been set to the side. So, yeah, that's going to retreat back to Guadalcanal sort of area, just in case we miss the rest of those supply ships from the previous engagement in the area here, in case they decide to push on forwards and we miss them in the disengagement time. We do have the I-17 here with a full payload of 17 torpedoes waiting in case they decide to retreat. So I think with that we can't launch any aircraft because it's too dark for that. We do of course have two Fubikis coming over to reinforce Ryujo because it did in fact encounter two submarines at the same time in the last episode, which is rather surprising. But, you know, the submarines can, of course, go wherever they want without being spotted very easily. So we're going to carry on and see what happens. I'll see you once we find an enemy contact. Oh, which is basically as soon as I press play. So I think what we're going to do is actually try and get a little bit closer with I-17 here. And go from there. We're going to try and sink some supply ships here, I think. And then maybe go back in with the Yamato force. Or at least going to hit one, of course. So we're rather close to them. We're going to up periscope. Let's get us in a little closer there. Press binocular view. Exactly. Why have we lost? There we go. It's a strange. It's a leading angle from them, which is brilliant stuff. So of course we could go for. I believe that's a Pensacola there. But like I said, I want to go for the supply ships because strategically they're the bigger threat. So we're going to pause and just take a look at what we have. The Pensacola leading there is the #1 ship, but we are going to identify the #3 and go for that, I think. So the backline, if we strike the backline, that will have some warning, won't it, to our torpedoes. So where is that? Okay, let's go in and identify MS. Yep, there we go. Excellent stuff. Wait for a solution. I think we're going to fire. We're going to fire 3 at a 1 degree spread on that, and we're going to wait and see what happens there. It should be a successful strike, but knowing my luck, should be fairly easy. The sea state is extremely calm. It is of course fairly dark, but shouldn't be too much of a problem at the moment. We do have we are at a decent distance from them, at 3.3 kilometers away from them, and I'll see you once we've launched. Alrighty then, so as we're issuing the retreat there, the eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that we did actually hit with 4 torpedoes rather than the 3 that we originally set. That's because I was not overly confident with our previous luck, with only a solution of 60%. But of course they did all hit in the end, so maybe the 4th one was not necessary. But you've also got to think about the dud chance as well there. So a successful strike, by any reckoning, and exactly what we came in for. We're going to get in, fire off torpedoes, destroy one ship and get straight out, and there's no way we'd hit any other ships like this anyway, unless we fired a massive spread of them, because they are now taking evasive and retreating manoeuvres. So I'll see you back on the strategic map. which is here and now. So that leaves the convoy with 5 more supply ships active. Just double checking our armaments here. We do. Yeah, I think we've got an acceptable amount of armament left. We might think about swapping out the Makigumo at some point because that funnel is completely destroyed. It is annoying me a little bit. If that takes one unlucky shot, maybe that will go down at some point. But we've been pushing our luck so far, haven't we? Just double checking our torpedo armaments actually while we're thinking about it. It is looking like we are fully supplied, which is brilliant stuff. Actually, the Yugamo here is missing a few, but that's okay. It's okay. We can. It's got 1 strike worth left. Go for the next engagement. So again, I think we're going to go to full speed, and I'll see you back at the next engagement. Nothing really to see until daytime, until we start our orders again, our patrols. Well, this is a tad worrying. Enemy troops have landed at the Shortland Islands. Can't be a hell of a lot. Must be what these submarines were up to that were sighted by Ryujo. So what we're going to do is actually bring the Ryujo over to the destroyers a bit closer, because we know for sure now that there are 2 submarines possibly right next to it there. That'll just increase the speed at which we can link up with the destroyers here. So what we're going to have to do is actually load up the task force here with whatever remaining troops and some supplies over here for the Shortland Islands here. Although it's looking in our favour at the moment, we do only have 25 troops defending that. That is abysmal, and we do not want to lose that at this stage of the game. It's such a critical point for us. So we're going to carry on and see what happens with that, I think. Air operations now available, which is brilliant stuff. What we're going to do immediately is launch some scouting zeros from the Ryujo. We're going to go zeros, yep, like that, and they're actually going to use the auto patrol over the Ryujo like that at some distance there. Actually, I think we're going to decrease it there, I think. Yeah, that'll do. And they're just going to have a look around. We are going to make sure they link up very quickly. What we're going to do is actually use the auto scout with the Yamato here. It's going to use a Pete to do that. And that's going to auto scout like that. Maybe a bit more like that, I think. Yeah, we're going to reset the Ryujos again just to make sure that's happening. At, I think, 60 like that. Yeah, that'll do, that's fine. What we're going to do is go back to the Yamato and set out some custom paths for Kamano and Atago's flights of Jakes. They're going to go, I think, one of them's going to do from the Kamano a forward scout here, just off the coast of Guadalcanal. Go over, and like this, I think. And just down a tad just to use up its endurance. And the Atago, if we go over here, is going to launch a Jake, of course, and it's going to do some southern spotting. It's going to go in between our submarines here, like that. It's going to double back on itself a tad and try and fill in some gaps there. The I-15, of course, is going to launch one as well. That's going to go and scout, because we have sighted in previous episode, I think it was, some more carrier-based aircraft, which is rather worrying. This one, I think, is actually going to do some radial scouting over the I-17 here, so it can try and spot those supply ships again. So let's carry on and see what happens with that, I think. I see it, we don't need these, and we're going to make sure this merges group because it's now in range. There we go. Actually, it does matter a bit about formation, so we're going to go line ahead. That should be fine there with the Ryujo at the back. Actually, what I'm going to do is line abreast, I think, and get the Ryujo in the centre, I think. Where are we? Swap positions. There we go. So Ryujo should be here, and Shiryu can Fubuki either side of it. Brilliant stuff. Gives us easier opportunities to dodge torpedoes and, of course, pursue submarines. So we're going to go back to the usual position there, and they're going to be there in the usual place. Once we build up some decent supply points, I'm thinking once we get to around the 70 or 80 point area, I think we're going to start making a second task force to move around, give some more mobility. This is desperately needed at this point, I think. Just going to increase the speed a little bit. There we go, there. So we can sight the... sighted the supply convoy there. I think we're going to try and, of course, engage them with a Yamato force, but they're going to try and intercept across this line. What is the distance, actually, from Ryujo to them? That's should be, yeah, okay, so that's in range of Kates. So you know what we're going to do. We're going to launch some Kates with torpedoes, go straight for them. Actually, I think we're going to go there and this way, just to change that angle a little bit. And I hope they get there before Yamato engages. In fact, I think because of that, we're going, ooh, Task Force 12, this one, has engaged more submarines by the looks of it, so let's go straight into that. Means we have got our Fubikis here just in time. So what we're going to do actually is we can already see, if you look, they have fired torpedo spreads already. So this is 2 torpedoes, or 2 submarines rather, in weight. What we're going to do is reverse Ryujo, and we're going to actually turn on sonars, of course, and they're going to brake so we get some better control over them. They're going to go at 13 knots. And go this sort of direction. The Fubiki itself is going to do the same. Turn on its sonar once we've given it all the speed. There we go. That's going to go straight ahead. We're going to take manual control of this one. And we are, of course, going to keep watching out for those torpedoes against Ryujo. This is an absolute top tier priority here. Do not want to be losing this ship at all if we can help it. So that's going to go straight towards the course where the torpedoes are coming from. We're going to need to watch out for that. But they're not too far away. This it looks like this one isn't firing off just yet, so we can see it's just sat at periscope depth. So we're going to take command of this. Yeah, we can see the massive curvature there from the torpedoes, which means they were, of course, going for the Ryujo. It's not going to be able to hit Ryujo there. I'm probably not going to stop there. So we can see this one's also fired. So we're looking at the course of them. Ryujo, I think, is absolutely fine now, so we're going to stop there and help our sonar out a little bit. What is in danger now is, of course, the Shiryuki. So we're going to actually stop with this, I think, and help its sonar out, so that can be the more detection-based ship. And we're going to go straight, I think, for we can still see them at periscope depth here. We do, of course, need to be careful actually here. Just going to watch what the torpedoes are doing before we do anything else here. Stop turning. Okay, so Shiryuki, you can go over here, please. If you go over, I will tell them to attack just so they can get into position. Go to fire off, yeah, 2, excellent, normal spread, be fine. That was clearly targeting Fubiki here because the curvature is massive over there. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to let those pass and then we're going to advance again towards the forward submarine, I think, in front over here. Look at that. So very slow at the moment, just making sure we're safe, and then we'll attack, of course. And once we've dodged the torpedoes, we can now see that our first Shiryuki is within a decent distance of the first submarine. That's got there on automatic attack mode. I think we're going to see what it does and try and, of course, get closer, because depth charges will not be hitting at this range. But we do, of course, need to make sure that Fubiki at the back is not going to collide with it. So this is going to be that's going to be the main challenge here, I think. Does have say it's a 76 solution, but that's definitely not going to hit from here. Maybe it's going to try and reverse. Okay, interesting. We've lost sonar sight on this one over here, but this is, of course, still at periscope depth, so I'm actually going to double check where we're looking here. I'm going to speed up and see what's happening with this. Okay, so the one we can see at periscope depth is actually what the Shiryuki is targeting, so it should be pretty much on top of... let's double check that. Okay, let's go for this one with Shiryuki, I think. Go for number 2. Attack number 2 like that, please. Thank you. This is in a decent position for the other one. Just behind it here. We might even be able to get 2 with 1 depth charge strike if they carry on like this. So we're going to actually tell this to turn off fire at will and cease the attack, and we're going to do this, make this manually, I think. And just increase the speed there. Nearly overshot them. Oh, there we go. Okay, so they're both right on top of each other. So what Shiryuki's going to do is actually stop. It's going to cease, and it's going to stop just to keep them detected on sonar, I think. Going to go back to the Fubuki, and we're going to turn in a little bit, I think. Look at this. So clumped up there. This is what you love to see. Okay, so we're going to keep our pace here at 17 knots. I think we're going to launch quite a few. We're going to launch a 4 of depth charges. I don't know why I keep saying torpedoes. So used to that. Yeah, carry on straight here and try and get in between them, I think. This is risky. It might not even hit anything at this rate. No, I think they're too far spread, aren't they? We're going to increase the spread then. Just a little bit. And how are we looking? I think we're going to get to the bows of this one a little bit, actually. Turn round. I'm just going to fire off and see what happens, I think. So they are now fairly far apart. I think we're going to get this Fubuki to go for number 1, and Shiryuki's going to go above number 2 again. I'll just see what's happening here. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, that's just not anywhere near, is it? That's just... take a report, nothing's happening. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. If we tell them to perhaps cease. Stop using depth charges. What we're going to do is get them to reverse. Come over here like that. This Fubuki can... I think we're going to get them to advance at 14 knots. Just watch out there. This Fubuki's overshot a little bit. Tell them to attack like that. And keep going forwards, I think. Just very slowly. Should really probably try doing one at a time here. Okay, so we're getting some more off there. Do you reckon that's anywhere near this? Doesn't really look like it, does it? There's no superficial damage to the structure there that we can see. It's rather a shame, but this one is coming up very nicely. So we've got to take good control over here and do this a textbook attack, I think. Yeah, this is looking good. Just time compress a little bit there. They're on a good beam. Excellent stuff. And I think we're going to fire off and reduce our speed a little. Yeah, we'll go to 11, I think. That should be a good hit. So, after sinking the first submarine fairly easily, it appears that our strikes over here, where we expended all of our depth charges, Jesus Christ, yeah, we should have watched that, so that was almost a waste there. It's forced this submarine here to actually surface because of the flooding we caused, which is brilliant stuff. So we're going to fire narrow shots here and just get on it. Look at that. Yeah, look at that with its stern sticking out of the water like that. The flooding is ridiculous. It's only take a few shots here to destroy it. It can't get its single artillery mount on us because it's not super firing over the command bridge there. This is brilliant stuff. This is how you do it. May not have been how we planned, but that does mean we might have to actually resupply again. How many did the Shiryuki use? Okay, yeah, it's going to be difficult if we engage anyone else. Interesting. But that one's done now, and we're going to go straight, of course, to the strategic map. Brilliant stuff. That's a lovely 6 command points and a safe carrier now. Excellent stuff. means these Kates can come, have got a home to come back to. It is a shame about the Shortland Islands, so we are going to have to sort that out very soon. So let's go and sort this supply convoy out. We're going to bring the Yamato force up here, I think. Should keep sight there. Oh, that's a loss of scouts. That can't be from here. Do you reckon that's from the carrier task force actually? That would be interesting. We're going to have to look out for that. With that being said then, we're going to launch from Yuzo and actually get some zeros up and put them over Yamato. Because now they've seen us, they're going to send strike craft as soon as they can, I think. Let's go over here. And launch this attack. Brilliant stuff. Where are they? Where are they? They've already got contact with them. Okay. Got a bit of distance. There they are. I can see them just over here. Just in the top there. Right, so what we'll do here is of course go for their supply ships. So how do we want to do this? What's number 1 here? That's the Pepsi Cola. I think we're going to bring this group down here. And it will go like that for number 2. Target that. Brilliant. And they're of course going to form up properly in a Vic formation if we can. Brilliant stuff. This one is going to go for number 3. It's going to come over like this. She's going to make it a bit wider there. Make it a tad wider so we've got some time to dive down, which I forgot to do with our previous attack flight. It's early in the morning. You can please forgive me. I can just hear in the comments now, you do not know how to play this game, my dude. Surprised you haven't heard that already. Just inviting it now. Alright, so they're going to dive down. And we will see what happens, I think. So we're now in very, very close engagement range. We're just going to make sure we get a little bit closer here until before we make the order to attack, which actually I think we're a decent range now. It's going to get too late otherwise. Just going to watch here and make sure we've got a decent attack over here. Yep, that should be fine. They're going to lead a little bit over here. Tell this group to attack because they are off a very nice beam here. Watch this group a second. Yeah, that's looking good. That is looking very good. A lovely, beautiful cross drop once we get this off as well. Oh, I'm liking this. And this one's dropped off. This one's dropped off. Successful attack. Or everyone's dropped without losing anyone before we've dropped either, which is brilliant. We have lost 1 Kate. That's okay. We can deal with that. Not a problem. Got all of our torpedoes off. Lost another Kate already. Oh, this is unfortunate. Didn't have quite enough lead to get 3 hits on here. So that might not go down there. It's very sad. How are we looking on this one here? Got a dud on number 5. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have sunk that. That was looking really good. And number 2's only taken the 1 hit as well. Oh no. Oh no. That is very sad. Not the best drop at all there. Okay. Well, maybe we won't sink anything in this engagement then. That's very sad. But it does look like these are going to be somewhat dead. This one, the flood on that. Look at that list. Yeah, that's got to be dead in the water very soon. But only lost 2 Kates, so not a bother. It's okay. We're going to order a retreat. And hope that maybe this one's flooding so much that it's going on the deck there. I do hope that's the mechanic that it does make things worse. But yeah, we'll wait around a bit and see what happens, I think. Well, unfortunately that wasn't quite enough. That's it's rather unfortunate indeed. So we are going to try and get Yamato's task force to intercept that, I think. Does it have any aircraft available to just give a quick patrol around? like that will do, I think. What about these? What about these? What about these? I think actually we're going to get Kumano to fire off another Jake, and we're going to try and do a manual thing and try and find where those scout planes came from, I think. Asuko's got a Pete it could launch off, but it's not really got the range we want, I think. So we're going to carry on like this, see what happens. We're expecting, there we go, an air engagement now. Yeah, we should really launch these zeros in advance, shouldn't we? So I need to learn from this. And the thing is, we're probably still under a rainstorm here. So yeah, that's not great. That's going to reduce our visibility. And of course, okay, we're okay. No rain. That's brilliant. That is very good stuff. That means our AA can fire off at max range. Where are they coming from? What do we have? We have some more Dauntless dive bombers. Of course we do. Why do we have anything else? Just going to turn around, I think. That's probably a bit too. There we go. I want a steeper turn like that. So we're going to order a retreat as well, but that's not going to happen in time, I think. Just going to waste around, I think, and wait for them to be in range. So I think we actually need to take some manual controls here, because this is just not quick enough to evade. We need to give them a harder target than this, I think, with the Asuko, because they're very likely to go for that here. That's what it's looking like. We're going to get, see what everything else is looking like. Bet they're going for Yamato as well. No, that's definitely diving on Asuko. This is going to be a horrible hit. It's going to be very horrible. I'd love to shoot something down before they drop, but that is too late. Just come on. Ooh, that was lucky. That was lucky. Just a bit of bit of clipping damage there. What else are they going for? Ooh, that's a cheeky hit, isn't it? Very cheeky. Where else are they going? Those ones dived. Yeah. Okay, so nothing too bad over here. Let's put a secondary gun out of commission. What is the other group doing here? Where are they? Oh, they're going. That's okay. That's actually not too bad. That's a fairly decent angle. It's just the fact that they're going too slow here. That's going to be the problem. Destroyed some general engineering. Put our efficiencies down. Otherwise, not too bad. We're getting very lucky that they're not focusing their fire here on a single ship, because that would devastate us. But it looks like no other planes sighted. Gonna get Asuko to just slow us to a halt here to help our damage repairs out. And make sure they don't hit anything else. No collisions, please. They didn't hit the Yamato though, so we're safe. We're safe. Well, I think the Yamato would actually be fairly resistant to a single dive bomb attack. We shall see. But otherwise, I think that's that. So let's get back to the map again, shall we? And see what else happens. Maybe we can get some zeros in before the next flight. Okay, I think maybe one more engagement would be nice. Maybe we can do something about that surface fleet that's about, eh? It'd be lovely. Bet they get some torpedo bombers in. There we go, there we go. I bet these torpedo bombers coming in here. It could just be fighters. If it's fighters, I'm not too bothered about that. Let's get going. Let's turn on all our radars, of course, first. I'm aware that the Yugamos and such have surface radars, but I like to have them on just in case. Makes me feel safe, you know? So let's go in like that. Wait to see what happens. I might actually be fighters coming in here. What have we got? No? Okay, this is even worse. This is actually Avengers. So our zeros are definitely too late now. What we're going to do is... Do we have... Yeah, okay, I just wanted these... Oh my god, that's 2 flights. That's... Oh my god, that's 2 flights of attack fight... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Now we're panicking. Now we're panicking. What we're going to do is take manual control again. Let's brake and send Asuko over here. Akazuki is going to actually keep in formation with Yamato, and so is Makigumo. I think Kumano is going to brake and try and come over this way. They're going to speed right up. And we're going to take man control of Yamato, I think, and see what happens there. We're going to actually turn in with that, I think. Give them a narrow target if possible, so we take things on the nose maybe if we do take hits. How's this one going? I think this is going to form up with the Yamato like we said actually. So Yamato is going to be the lead and they're going to column, I think, 2 column left like that. Form up, get going. Yugumo, I think, is going to stay like that, I think. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just make sure we don't collide when we're doing this. It's very, very scary. They're already in range, so we might just get some flak hits. You never know. This is very, very scary. Never have we come under such a devastating air attack. Such a large one, at least. Okay, this is not looking great. So we're going to change the course there just a little bit. Atigo, what's he doing? Increase. Do you want to increase it? We don't want them to get too far away from our other ships, though. So just so that we can cover everyone with AA. That's the thing. Okay, we'll take control of this and see what happens. Yeah, we're going to need to increase our turn here because they're already, that's a decent attack pass. That doesn't look like they're going for the Atigo here. That's definitely going for the Yamato, isn't it? Okay. Yamato, turn the other way. I did not tell you to go starboard at all. I think we're going to slow down, actually. Yeah, again, I think at the moment the biggest problem is collisions, so we're going to slow down again here. Go straight like that. There we go. So it's Makagumo that's probably in danger now. So they're going to brake. Not they really need to. Yugumo's going to brake and actually reverse, I think. While we think about it, Makagumo, you can turn to starboard and slow down, I think. Does look like we downed an Avenger before they dropped. But here, stop defying my orders, Yamato. They're coming for you. You need to do as I say. Okay, I think Makagumo's looking okay there. Alright, brilliant stuff. We've definitely dropped there. Just going to reduce the Makagumo's speed there and increase its turn, I think, if we can. Okay, alright, so Yamato, it's going to take 1 on the nose there. That's going to be unavoidable at this point. Pray, hope it's a dud. No! Ah, what did that do? That is some serious bow damage. That is some very serious. Oh, Atigo's not looking great either. Where did they drop to? Okay, I see. We need to increase our speed here and turn to starboard if possible. But that's not looking great at all. Oh, this could be devastating. No. No, not again. This will be our second one. No. Oh, no. Please turn. Please start turning more. No. No. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Oh, no. That is bollocks. That is bollocks. That's destroyed propellers and some rudder. Not good at all. Not good at all. Oh, Yugumo's not looking great either. Give me 2 seconds, please. Reverse. Yeah, if you're reversing, you should be okay, actually. But we also have these dive bombers to worry about. Did we not order a retreat? We should have done that so much earlier. Oh, no. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. We're not going to collide with anything, are we? Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. So Yamato's taken 1. Atigo's taken 2. Atigo, could be worse. Yamato, could be better, but it's nothing major that's been hit. We're just going to be worrying about the flooding there. We've got 2 permanent floods there with the 2 destroyed components. But the speed and efficiency aren't too bad though, still in the 90s. Really depends what they hit now with these dive bombers. We are at a steep angle though, but that does reduce our AA efficiency. They've got to dive on Yamato, haven't they? That would be stupid not to. Now, these are going for Asugo again, but our propellers are basically broken, so we're not going to be able to turn very well for them. Have shot one down. Does that look like they're not diving? Are they going to level bomb us? Or are they going for something else? It's very, very strange. They do have bombs, don't they? They do, yeah, they've just hit Asugo again. No. Oh dear. Minor hits, which is lucky, because it was a sitting duck. Oh, what's happened here? Yugamo, keep, change, go forwards. You're making things worse for yourself now, Yugamo. You could be hit there. Shimano, how you doing with this? Okay, you might have to turn a little bit. Looking... What was that? Hang on. Heard a dud there. Shimano hit by a dud bomb. Brilliant stuff. Oh dear, we're going to have to... This is terrible. We might have to send the majority of our ships here back to repair. See how we go at the end though, but that is that done. Just avoided some torpedoes there. Jesus Christ. We got on board the fires though with the Yamato. If we look at this there, we've just got some floodings to take care of. And Asugo, how are you doing? Okay, we've got on board all of the fires there. Got a little bit of flooding, but our speed is going to be terrible, and our turn is just abysmal now with a completely destroyed rudder and propeller. That is, of course, the only rudder we have. Only have the one on every ship. With that out, we might be thinking of sending that back. It's not even had a proper surface engagement yet, has it? On the last episode, that was very minor. That was handled by the mighty one. But we can see this starting to list actually a little bit on the bow there. So yeah, they've stepped up their game now. We're going to retreat. They only lost 8 aircraft, so moderate damage to Asugo, Kumano, and Yugamo now. Very, very sad. Okay, well, on that absolute payload of bombshells, I think that's going to be it for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to hear your feedback in the comments section. Desperate for tips now. No, that's okay. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been the Edified Gamer, and in the meantime, I hope all your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.